There's a couple teachings from Neville Goddard. Neville Goddard is probably one of the greatest spiritual teachers and manifestation teachers who's ever lived. He's influenced people like Wayne Dyer, who wrote a whole book about Neville Goddard's teachings. And he's very unknown. And I stumbled upon a couple of his teachings a few years ago, and it changed my life forever. And I put them to the test, and I ended up manifesting a multi-million-dollar business, attracting my soulmate, like all the craziest things that I didn't know if they would really be possible. So make sure you hit the like button on this side or this side, and I'm gonna dive right into those teachings from Neville Goddard. I can still remember when I read the book Out of This World by Neville Goddard. It's one of his less known books, and I'm on a walk right now. Hopefully you enjoy this style of video. The sun's starting to go down in the mountains, and I'm just on a trail. It's really beautiful. And so yeah, leave a comment down below and let me know if you enjoy this style of videos. It'd be nice to know if you enjoy them, so let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more videos from outside. And in Out of This World, what he basically says is essentially that your true self and truth itself are out of this world. He says that creation is finished, right? And that's a phrase from the Bible. And one of the things I love about Neville Goddard is he makes the Bible so easy to understand. So he says creation is finished. And so you say, okay, yeah, I heard that in the Bible. But he says what that really means is, since everything is energy and all of reality is just consciousness and imagination objectified into form, into physical form, then what he's saying is that if creation is finished, technically outside of the dimension of time and space where we live now, everything you want is already a reality. And then imagination is the divine bridge from these higher dimensions into this lower dimension, where you take spirit energy and using thought form, using the vehicle of thought or the vehicle of imagination, which Neville Goddard says is the will of God itself, then the coolest thing is, through your own imagination, you can tap into realms that already exist. People talk about like time travel. Well, technically all the time travel happens in your own imagination. That's the birth of it, because imagination is connected to all places in space and time in the whole universe, because it is God itself. And I remember reading that and it's like, that is literally the deepest thing that I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, there's nothing deeper than this. I remember I was reading it in my bed, and I literally read that short little book like 3 times over in a row, because I was like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever read. And so then I reread it, and I like to reread things to make sure I understand them. And because I'm a little slow like that, especially with such big concepts. So I thought, well, how can I bring that back to third dimension for Jake, for me in my everyday life? And I thought about it like this. Everything I desire already exists in basically the field of energy. And if I could take his most famous principle, which is assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Feeling is the secret. So you can comment that down below. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Comment down below, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. But I'm kind of convinced that we don't really understand what he really means by that. So when he's saying assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, what he's really saying is assume the state that already exists, because energy is never created or destroyed. All realities already exist. And through imagination, I can enter any state. And so I started doing this really simple practice where basically all I tried to do, there's a big truck coming right now. All I tried to do, we'll wait for the truck to pass. While we wait for the truck to pass, let me know in a comment, what's your favorite Neville Goddard quote? What do you love? Maybe I'll title this section of my channel Walks with Jake. How about that? And we'll get a little, if anyone can make animation, we can make a little animation of some guy with long hair and he's walking. It's like Walks with Jake. And that'll be my animated intro. How about that? So anyways, let me know your favorite Neville quote. So anyways, we're talking about assuming the state. So the way that I was able, my mind works in pictures. Maybe your mind does too. And so I was trying to take these abstract things that he was saying, and I was trying to put them in pictures. And so I thought about the higher dimensions where all your future realities already exist. Time travel instantly through all points in space and time, and everything you want exists already. So I started thinking about that, like how water can be in the gas state, or water can be in the cube state, or water could be in the literal water state. You could boil it and you can make it disappear. You could freeze it, make it really hard and hit yourself in the head with it, or you could keep it in the cup and you could drink it. And spirit energy does the same thing. It transforms. The word trans means beyond. So spirit energy is from beyond form, and it can move into form through imagination. So imagination is you taking pure spirit energy, and you can take the same process from water to wine, or from a scientific perspective, from water to gas. You do the same thing with spirit energy with your own thoughts. And so I started building pictures, is what Neville Goddard talks about. So I really understood that I didn't need to keep what he was saying abstract. I could move it all in terms of pictures. And if I could build a clear picture of something I wanted, then what I was actually doing was I was calling it into being in a higher dimension, in the realm of spirit. And if I could be a clear channel for that, a clear instrument for that, by vibrating at the same frequency of it, I would create it here in third dimension. In the same way that if I want the rock station to play on 91.1, I have to go to that station and not the jazz station. So when I set a clear frequency, like a radio broadcasting tower, and he says the way you do that is feeling, because he made me think of feeling in a different way. Feeling is energy. Feeling is consciousness. Feeling is you being conscious of the own vibration that you are emitting to the universe, the own reality that you are attracting. That's what feeling is. It's broadcasting your own unique energy station that you're broadcasting to the all creating, all knowing, infinite universe instantly. And so I built the pictures of my YouTube channel successful. And the way I did it by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled wasn't just by idly wishing of something. What I did is I created a certain situation in my head. And that's when we get into his subject of living from the end. And when you live in the end, you have to build a picture of the people there. Can you hear them? What's happening? So I built this picture of my YouTube channel blowing up, and the way I did it was like, you know how you go over to your computer and you refresh it and it moves from the black screen and it goes back to full effect? You know, you got your screensaver on, and then you get your screensaver away and you hit the refresh button on Safari or Google Chrome, and then your browser pops up. Well, I imagined that little quick second of going and sitting down on my computer and doing that, and oh my God, my YouTube channel just blew up. Oh my gosh, Ashley. Oh my gosh, my video just went viral. Oh my gosh. And we're like running up and down. We're like, woo, woo. I did that in my head. The first time it was hard to create the feelings like that and all the details. But I just kept imagining it over and over and over and over and over. And pretty soon I built a picture that actually became a state of being And Neville says this process is complete when you open your eyes from your mental rehearsal, when you open your eyes from your imagination, from the reality you're living in, and you open your eyes back to this world, but that world felt as real as this world. When that happens, you've officially merged your imagination with the all-powerful spiritual energy of the universe. You have harnessed the God particle. And this God particle is in the process of bringing together all the people, circumstances, and situations to achieve your picture here in third dimension. You have assumed the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and now that will materialize in your life. It already exists in a higher dimension, so there's no need for you to worry about whether or not it is possible. Creation is finished. You're simply manifesting something from a higher state of being, and using thought energy, you are materializing it here in third dimension through the miracle working presence of the universe. So you have to think of your imagination as a real thing. You are a multi-dimensional being. In fact, you're an infinite being. And so what that means is you exist simultaneously on multiple planes of existence. You could call this your lower self, or you could call this third dimension. Well, you exist on a higher plane as well. Your more heavenly, ideal state where you have connected to the infinite power of God, and you're seeing that project itself into all of your life. With financial success, business success, romance, love, whatever it is that you desire in life. And just as natural as you can turn water into gas, you can take a fantasy in your own imagination that somebody else says is unrealistic, and by fusing with it, by feeling it every single day. And if you have trouble with that, do things like little techniques like pull out your journal and write about it in the present tense as if it's already happened in your life, and do a 10-minute free write journal exercise like that. You practice building the habit just like you practice to run a faster mile. You're not just gonna hit the mile right away. You work on it. You develop the skill set. And we've been conditioned in our world that our imagination is this ridiculous idea, and there's things that are possible and aren't possible. But as Neville Goddard said, the word is actually wrong. Possible and impossible. It all already exists. It's just about whether we realize that imagination is the power of God, and we are one with this power, and we can harness this power in our life. So I'm gonna go step into my car now. So I just put the top down. I'm about to go right off into the desert sunset with my hair blowing, and I'm really excited about it. But I wanted to just kind of wrap this video up and make it as practical and actual and applicable as you possibly can, because sometimes I come across people that they know Neville Goddard's work, but maybe it's too complicated, or maybe you never even heard of Neville Goddard, but you watch my channel, and sometimes what I say is it's too complicated. And like, the truth is, I'm a college dropout. I'm not the brightest intellectual in the world, and you may not be either, or you may be. It has nothing to do with your intellect. This is a really simple process. And the process is, whatever you can see in your mind, you can hold in your hand. If you can impress a picture upon the subconscious, it will express itself as an objective fact in your life. That whatever you think, you are actually creating a holographic prototype in the spiritual dimension. You're literally creating it. You're pulling it from the quantum field. And when you pull it from the quantum field, and you pull from it in faith and assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled by stepping into the state and stepping into the picture, what happens is you fuse with the miracle working power of the universe, and you take this otherworldly type of power, and guess what? Miracles happen. Whatever it is. For me, my videos went viral out of nowhere. My books started getting translated in other languages. I met my soulmate Ashley unexpectedly. I wasn't even looking for it. I just kind of let go. So whatever it is that you want, find your quiet place. Recognize that creation is finished. What this means is all you want already exists in a higher dimension. Out of this world, as Neville says. You're simply manifesting it. You're simply changing your radio dial to match the frequency of what you want, and you will pull it from the quantum field into your life in miraculous and amazing ways. And so if you enjoy this video, make sure you hit the like button right there. Leave a comment down below if you enjoyed this video, just kind of walking around and stuff like that. So if you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments down below. I was just trying some different styles of videos. And if you enjoy Neville Goddard, leave a comment down below that says feeling is the secret. I hope you enjoy this process, and I hope this video truly helped you actually be able to practically apply this into your life. Very simple. See it in my mind. Practice feeling it. Mentally rehearse imaginary scenarios as if it's happened. Do it so vividly it creates the feeling. Do it so much that it starts to fuse into spirit and into my brain. So when I open my eyes, I can't tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined. And when this happens, you're heading on a collision course for unexpected miracles, meeting you quickly, unexpectedly, and fast. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't yet, check out my free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com. I made that so I could start using my mental rehearsals to make them more vivid, so I could also have a affirmation that would allow to go into my subconscious. So I would really be programming my brain, my mind, my subconscious from all different angles, and it would allow me to detach from this reality and enter into the state, fuse with my dreams, the things that I was imagining for myself, making them more real. It changed my life, and it's right there down below. You can use it for free. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It's in the description, in the comments, right there down below. And you could just play it softly, close your eyes, and use it to help you start to step into your future, to feel as if it's already occurred in your life, and practice mentally rehearsing those images. Remember, all you want already exists. It truly does. It's just time for you to claim it. What you want already exists. It truly does.